legend, Fraser Brooks here, and in this video I want to share with you how you can make more sales using a super simple 3-post strategy. You're going to absolutely love this. So if throughout this video you do get value, do me a massive favor, hit the thumbs up, smash subscribe, and let me know down below in the comments what you found super valuable. And also if you have any questions around this sort of content, let us know as well, because we're starting to build a huge document of questions that you guys are asking so that we can just smash out videos every single week to really truly help you grow where you're at. You know, one thing I've learned over the years of personal development and building businesses online and helping people build their brands online is that I know that we're all at different levels, right? So if I just create content that I believe is going to help you, maybe you're not ready for that, or maybe you're already past that. So I just want to make sure that you share with me the content that you really want me to create, and I'll do my absolute best to serve you best I can. So let's get into this. I'm super excited about it. So you've probably heard something along the lines of, in order to make money, or in order to get people to buy from you, you need them to know you, like you, and trust you. So when someone knows you, they like you, and they trust you, they will end up buying from you. And yeah, that's true. But in social media, it's a little bit different, right? In social media, we have to be able to create content to get people to know us, like us, and trust us. Before social media, it was mainly word of mouth, and that's totally fine, and it works tremendously well. But I'm going to share with you a process that's going to be allowing you to create the know, like, trust factor using 3 different types of posts. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build your very own social media funnel. Now, although I love ClickFunnels and different companies that provide a similar service, we're not going to use any of them. This is going to be completely free. It's just going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of creativity to make happen for you. And by the way, little side fact, there are mosquitoes and midges flying around because we're in the back garden here. Now, we're in the south of France, in the wonderful city of Nice. Over on the other side is an incredible view, but if we show you the view, you won't be able to see the face of the whiteboard because it's super bright today. But we had to be outside because the idea of doing this inside was boring. Hence, we're literally in the garden. It's kind of cool. So here we go. Here is your very own social media funnel. Now, when we get to the end, one of 2 things are going to happen. And we'll talk about this a little bit later because I want you to really pay attention. And if you need to put this video on pause and grab a piece of paper and a pen to make notes, then go ahead and do this. All right? So here we go. We've got the know, we've got the like, we've got the trust. So let's go through the 3 parts of this. The first type of post is going to create the know. And this is what we call educational posts. Posts designed to educate people. They educate people through the value that you give. So maybe you're going to share with your audience how to lose weight. So it's how to lose weight, 3 steps to losing weight, what you should avoid to lose weight, 2 foods that you must eat, 3 foods you must cut out. Think of all the different pieces of content that you can use in order to educate your audience to become known. Now, how do you get known by creating educational content? Well, imagine this. Imagine you create a piece of content around how to lose 3 kilos in 3 simple steps. And you decide, like you post it out there on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. There are different formats, different versions of it, right? And then your friend sees that and goes, wow, that's really great content. By simply liking it, but definitely commenting on it, here's how the algorithms work, especially on Facebook and Instagram. When I create a piece of content on losing weight, and one of my friends who's shown an interest in that through the groups they're in, the pages they like, and the people they follow, when they engage their friendship group, their first level of friendship group, who also have shown an interest in losing weight, health and wellness, and so on, they're going to now see that post in their feed. It's going to come up and say something along the lines of, your friend Bob Jones has liked Fraser, or has commented on Fraser Brooks's post. So you're like, whoa. I don't know Fraser Brooks. Why is that coming up in my feed? But you do know Bob. You know Bob, and you decide to watch the video. So now you, that person who's now second level to you, you don't know them, they don't know you, is going, wow, that's really good content. Thanks for posting this. And guess what happens? Their friendship group, who have shown an interest in health and wellness, losing weight, whether it's the pages they like, the groups they follow, the people they engage with, the people who they follow, the comments that they've made, social media knows this, and guess what happens? They then post on it, and the same thing happens and happens and happens. That's how you go viral. But you've got to think about it. The only way to go viral really is educating someone, entertaining someone, or being highly emotional, right? Maybe you share an emotional, relatable story that people go, wow, thanks for sharing this. Maybe it's so entertaining that people are laughing, they're belly laughing, where they're literally in stitches of laughter. So they comment on it or share it with a friend. Or it's educational. But I would say that you would get educated when you laugh. I would say that you get educated when you move, because it unlocks different parts within you that allows you to open up and want to comment. Now, different types of educational posts, they can be lives on Facebook. Let's go Facebook Lives. They can be reels They can be TikTok videos. They can be posts. They can be in group posts, so they can be in your feed. Now, my writing, when I start speaking fast, gets a little bit messy. I can speak fast, I can move fast, but I can't write so fast. So I hope you're following my words. Now, notice that Instagram stories, Facebook stories are not on this list. Why? Because that's going to help us as we move on to our second post. In order to be liked, I would even say loved, we now need to use what we call motivational or inspirational. This is getting people to like or love you. So if educational post gets you known, because when people comment on it, it starts to go viral. That's how viral works, by the way, guys. Your friends comment on it, their friends comment on it, their friends comment on it, and so on and so forth. Obviously, views, watch time, and likes also apply to this, but comments are the most powerful form of engagement right now. That might change. Now, in order for those people to then like you, they have to be motivated or inspired by you. People like people who are like them, or they like to be. These are the three ways how people are going to like you, or I'd even say people would love you, okay? Now, how do we do that? By sharing our lifestyle. What are we doing? Where are we eating? Who are we going out with? What are the books that we're reading? What are the events that we're going to? What are we doing on Zoom calls? Who are our mentors? Share this content. Now, you can share this in the stories. You can share this as lives again. You can do reels on this, TikToks with this, because I just want you to think about this. When you share, hey, I'm going to give you 3 top tips on how to lose weight. Hey, I'm going to give you 3 foods you must stop eating. I'm going to give you 2 tips on how to lose a stubborn belly fat. Whatever, you're not sharing your stories, you're not sharing your life, you're not sharing your journey, you're not showing up and showing people what you're doing, what you're interested in. And that's why the second type of post is gonna get people to like you or love you by being inspired or motivated. Again, if you can show, hey, I went on a holiday with the south of France, I flipping loved it. I'm a massive fan of sushi, and we went to this sushi restaurant called Happy Sushi on the front in Nice, and it was absolutely incredible. Guess what? People who are like them, people who also love sushi go, hey, I like this guy. I also love sushi. People who like you, they're like, I like that energy. I like the way he shows up. I like the way he dresses. I like the way he speaks. I like his energy. I like the humor. I like the metaphors. I like the analogies, whatever. And then people who go, oh, I would love to go to the south of France and eat sushi down on the beach, right? Might be a weird, I don't know. Eating sushi on the beach might be a weird place to eat sushi, as you're kind of looking out to sea and thinking about fish whilst you're eating them. I don't know, right? Maybe a bad example. But we have to be prepared, especially as someone who is closed, private person, doesn't like to post this sort of content on social media. You need to start doing it. Because if you're going to be educating people only, you're going to get known, but people aren't going to like you. Think about it. There are so many people with massive followings, not because they're liked, but because they provide so much value that you just feel like you have to follow them. Otherwise, you're going to have that feeling of missing out. I follow a bunch of people who I'm like, I don't know if I like their style and I like them, but their content is so good that I need to make sure that I follow them. So there we go. And again, motivational posts. We can do this as Facebook Lives, Reels, TikToks, posts in groups, and also we can do these in the Instagram or Facebook stories. Okay. Now, let's move on to trust. Trust is done through conversational posts. Trust is a simple equation. Please write it down. Truth plus time. Trust equals truth plus time. Here's what I want to share with this. This is what I want to share with you. If you tell the truth for long enough, people will trust you. But a majority of people aren't telling the truth on social media. And I would say that people's BS radar is bang on point these days. People can tell if you're not telling the truth. People can tell if you're fibbing or telling white lies or straight up lying. But also, people can tell if you're just sharing the highlights of your day. I've been sharing this a lot with our Inner Circle group. This is a group coaching, a 12-month group coaching program that we have, and it's super fun hanging out with those guys. I've never seen a roller coaster that starts and goes up, stays up, goes around to the end, and then you have to get an elevator down. I've never in my life known a roller coaster to do that. The roller coasters that I know, you sit in your seat, you're all excited. Some people are excited, some people are petrified, some people are scared, some people cannot wait. You hold on to the barriers and it goes up and and as you go up and as you go up and you go up, the excitement sets in or the panic sets in. If you may, I'm petrified of roller coasters. I just don't like them. And you go to the tipping point and then whoosh, you go loop the loop, side to side, upside down, then all of a sudden you see flash and you come to the stop. The brakes go on and you're like, oh, thank God that's over. And people are like, let's do it again. And I'm like, no, never again in my life. And as you walk through the exit, they guided you this way, please, this way, please. There's this big screen in like a hut. And there are loads of little mini screens inside of the big screen. Numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And a friend goes, oh my God, number 7, number 7, number 7. And it's a picture of you and your friend side by side on this roller coaster. Your friend's like, woo! You're like that. there's vomit coming out the side of your face, it's splashed on the person behind you. Here's the thing, the camera is not when things are going good. The camera is when things are going bad or unexpected. That's the moment that you need to capture. I'm not saying it's just going to be full of negativity, but if you're going to share the ups, share the downs. If you're going to share your successes, share your struggles. If you're going to share your wins, share your losses. My rule of thumb is share the struggle before the success. Example, imagine this. Imagine that you post a photo of your brand new red Ferrari, and there's a photo of you just leaning up against it, massive smile on your face, and the caption says something like, "I got mine, get yours," right? Or something along those lines. Everyone who sees that's just gonna go, what a knob. I do not like this guy at all. So imagine this, the hook would be something like, "I cannot believe this has happened to me, ... When I was a kid, I used to carry around a small red Ferrari Testarossa in my pocket. And I used to love this toy, so much so that if we left the house and I didn't have the toy car, I would cry until we turned around to pick the red car up. As I got older, I replaced a toy model car with Ferrari posters in my wall. I would sleep underneath one, I would have one on my bed pillow. I was obsessed with these red Ferraris. But as time got on, my imagination and the realization kicked in that I would never have a red Ferrari, that it wasn't made for introverts like me. So I made a decision to get involved in an online business and go to work. And today I've just picked up the keys to my brand new red Ferrari and I am going round to my mum and dad's home to take them both for a spin. If you would like me to take you for a spin, let me know. If I can do it, so can you. See how that's completely different? Now, instead of people going, "Oh, this guy, don't like this guy, blah, 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 blah," now people are going, "Wow, if he can do it, so can I." Like, what a great story. I would love to know more. So they message you. So here we go. If trust is truth plus time, we've got to share the honest truth. Over time, we're going to win. Some people will trust you after a day. Some people will take a week. Some people a month. Some people 3 months. Some people a year. Some people 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Some people will take forever and ever and ever to trust you. You can't control the time it takes for someone to trust you, but you can control the truth that you tell on social media. And heck, if you believe that truth is not working, keep telling the truth. You just might have to share different variations of it, different styles of it. But mainly, it's the know and the like that you have to change, not the trust. So let's talk about conversational post. Because when you're showing up, this is like a side piece really of you educating and telling your stories, your truthful stories. You're sharing and motivating through the ups and downs of your life. The conversational posts are posts designed to get people to comment. Because here's the kind of flow and here's the process. We create content, and the idea of creating content is to get people to comment. Now, when you comment, you are then going to have a conversation in the messenger, okay? You can have a conversation in the feed by replying to their posts and replying to their comments and stuff. But the idea is create content to get comments so that you can then have a conversation in the messenger to then convert into commissions. Whether that is converting into leads, converting into sales, converting into customers, team members, people who support you on your journey, charitable donations, whatever it might be. So what content can we create that's conversational, where not only do people actually want to respond to it, but it's easy for us to transition into the messenger. So one type of post what I really like, and you can do this on your feed, in your stories, as lives, as reels, or a really good place to do it is in Facebook groups, is what we call this or that type posts. Something very, very easy to answer. So for example, let's say that we're talking about yoga, right? And we're going to go into a yoga group, or we're going to ask our yoga friends, hey, if you were getting started in yoga today, would you go to a studio or start at home? Good question. I know for me, I'd rather start at home because I'd be petrified of going to a yoga studio with a load of flexible women and there's me, can't even touch my toes. Heck, I struggle to touch my own knees, right? So people then start going studio. It's the community that's amazing. Home. I started at the studio, I wish I started at home. I started at home, but I wish I'd gone to the studio earlier, and so on and so forth. Now you've got the comments. Now the algorithm catches fire, and now you start to go viral because people are starting to get some level of education through this post by going, wow, I really want to get into yoga, but I've never really thought about the home or studio concept. And now people start to like you because they start to see that you're on this journey and that, hang on a minute, you're 3 steps ahead of me on my yoga journey. I'm going to follow you to see more. And they see that, hey, I've had a good day, I've had a bad day, I've had a great day, I've had an awful day, I've had a tremendous day, I've had the worst day ever. And they start to trust you over time. They start telling their friends about you, and your audience starts to grow and your engagement starts to grow. But once you've done the this or that post and people are saying home, studio, home, do this, do that, whatever it might be, you can now message them, hey Bob, thanks so much for your opinion. It's massively helpful. When you started at home, what did you do? Did you do a YouTube video or did you get a course? Whatever it might be, okay? What happens if they say studio? Again, you can change the whole, you're not gonna be asking this yoga question. If you want to, you can, but if you're talking about something else, like business, for example, when you started your business, did you start online or offline? When you're tuning into personal development, do you prefer reading or listening? Are your mentors online or in person? Do you prefer listening to Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar? If you love Tony Robbins, have you ever been to one of his events? Yes or no, right? So we're gonna reach out, we're gonna thank them for the support and their engagement. Then we're gonna continue the conversation on, because eventually after a conversation, you can ask the question, whatever that question is for you, to transition them from a conversation into a potential prospect instead of a suspect. Now let me touch on that real quick. A suspect is someone who is curious about what you do. A prospect is someone who is serious about what you do. But again, let's recap before I share with you the last key component here. So we're going to create educational posts to be known. This is going to help us when people find things valuable, they love it, they comment on it, they share it, they rewatch it over and over and over. And I really hope that you found this educational. And if you have, you would be doing me a massive favor if you did two things. Number one, share it with a friend. If you know someone would get value, if you know someone builds a business on social media, they're struggling what to post and they're not moving the needle as much as they would like to, then share this with them. Second option, you can do both if you want. I'd appreciate it. Take a screenshot of what you see on your device right now. If you're on a computer, take a photo of that, a screenshot on your laptop, and then post that into your Instagram stories. Make sure you add me at Fraser Brooks Online so that I can encourage you, I can connect with you, and I can welcome you to our community. All right? So with that being said, educational posts to be known, motivational posts or inspirational posts to be liked or loved through the stories that we tell, and then conversational posts with the trust that we built to encourage people to get off their backside or get their fingers out their pockets or press the button to actually give their opinion on what they believe to be true. Remember guys, perspective is powerful. In a social media world, you don't have to tell the truth, you just have to tell your truth, right? Who knows what the truth is? Because your truth matters to you and the people who believe that to be true as well. So much propaganda and philosophies out there and all these different things going on. Your truth is the truth that you believe in, stick to it. Okay, so know, like, trust. Now here's the thing. You're either gonna make a sale, happy days. You're gonna get a new lead, you're gonna get a new customer, you're gonna get a new team member, you're gonna get a new promoter, whatever it might be. And that's great, but it means that you're gonna be reliant on this process forever. If you do it in place where you're telling people, hey, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. But here's the thing. I've been able to sell hundreds of thousands of copies of my 3 best-selling books, I Dare You, I Double Dare You, and Loser to Legend. Hundreds of thousands. It's been crazy. It's been such a wild ride. For someone who almost failed English at school and my teacher said, hey, your English is really bad. It's an embarrassment to be English and almost fail English. I went on to do all right. But how I did it was focusing on this side of the equation. Yes, making sales is great. And you'll be able to make a few thousand by doing that. But if you want to make a few 100,000 or millions, you have to appreciate that once people start to know, like, and trust you, whether they buy from you or not, they become what we call a raving fan or someone who's obsessed with your content. The raving fan, when they go to a coffee shop, they go to the gym, the supermarket, they meet up with friends, they're on a Zoom call, they're on social media, they start telling and sharing your message and how you bring value to them, to other people. So guess what happens? They make other people known. So they help 100 people know who you are. And of the 100 people, maybe 20 of them like you. And maybe of those 20 people, 15 trust you. The biggest drop will be people who know you versus like you. Just because you've just got to tell the truth. Some people are going to like you, some people are going to hate you, some people are going to love you. But usually for every one person who dislikes you, there's going to be 10 people who like you. For every one person who hates you, there's going to be 100 people who love you and obsessed with you. It's totally fine. Think of the most polarizing people you can think of in the world. Donald Trump is probably one of them. He only needed 51% of people to like him, to vote for him, to therefore be one of the most powerful men in the world at one point. All right, so 15 people, and then maybe of the 15 people who trust you, 5 of them become raving fans, which now means there's now 500 people who know you because they share your message with so many people. That 20 has now gone to 100. This 15 has gone to 75. And this 5 has gone to 25. Well, now there's 2,500. And now there's 600. Until there are thousands and thousands of people telling the world who you are, how you help, and why they should follow you. You aren't going to get to 1 million followers on Instagram on your own. You're not going to get to 1 million customers on your own. You're not going to get to 1 million raving fans on your own. It requires people sharing your mission. So the final thoughts I've got for you here, before I do that, you'd be doing me a huge favor if you smash the love heart, smash the subscribe, and drop a comment down below if you've got value from this and you would like these longer form YouTube videos. But what I will say is that it's so important to show up and create content around what you actually love and make it so easy for people to, one, identify how you help them, and two, make it super simple that people want to share. What you will find is that if you always have a call to action like, hey, by the way, click my link, buy my stuff, you will find that the number of people sharing your stuff massively drops, right? Whether they believe it to be good or not, doesn't matter. The number of people sharing will drop. However, if you just create content with the intention to help serve people and build your audience to one day maybe sell something, you will notice that the number of people who share will increase. So go be a giver. Don't focus on getting. Focus on serving, not selling. Focus on transformation, not transactions. Build a massive brand, leverage that into your business, and I cannot wait to hear your story coming up real soon. With that being said, I appreciate you. Big love to each and every single one of you. Go share this with a friend, and I'll see you in the next video real soon. Bye-bye.